Hello everyone, it's nice to take part in this virtual conference about intelligent transportation system. I'd like to introduce one of our study about how to model the influence of in-vehicle crowding on travel behavior on comparison among moderation, independent variable, and interaction. As we all know, the increasing car ownership in big cities has resulted in a lot of transportation problems such as traffic congestions and economic loss due to traffic delay. So it also needs to increase in transportation emission and thus air pollution. So the next figure shows the traffic situation in peak hours around China in 2019. As you can see, many cities in peak hours are highly congested. One of the solutions for sustainable transportation system is to develop advanced public transit and promote the sharing of public transit, such as park and rides, bus, metro, and some emergency vehicles like electric vehicles. For traveling by public transit, the travelers attached more and more weights to the service qualities and comfortable features such as travel time reliability and in-vehicle crowding levels, rather than the travel behavior or cost. So the background motivated us to conduct this study for actually modeling of the effects of in-vehicle crowding on travel behavior. And we also investigate the effective countermeasures to shift car users to public transit based on the travel behavior analysis. In the literature, it has been indicated that improving the crowding levels in public transit is one of the key components for public transit service improvement. So for measuring the in-vehicle crowding, there are two methods. The first one is use node factor. The node factor is defined as the amount of passengers in vehicle divided by the number of seats. The second method is standing density, defined as the units of passengers standing in the public transit carriage per square meter. The stand density performs better in capturing situations with many standing passengers in public transit. For the method of modeling the influence of in-vehicle crowding on travel behavior, some study has investigated the model specifications. One of the methods is to consider the moderation effects of in-vehicle crowding on the perceived value of travel time in carriage. Another method is treat the in-vehicle crowding as an independent variable in the utility function for reflecting its influence. However, in the literature, it is not conclusive that which is better to comprehensively reflect the measure the influence of crowding on travel behavior. So this study tries to compare the appropriate way to model the effects of crowding, and based on the travel behavior modeling, we want to provide the effective countermeasures to shift car users to public transit. So there are three methods can be used to model the effects of in-vehicle crowding. The first one is treat the in-vehicle crowding as an independent variable in utility function. The second one is consider the effects of in-vehicle crowding on behavior by considering the moderation effects of crowding on the travel time. And the third one is consider the interaction effects of travel time and in-vehicle crowding. At the same time, consider the direct effects of time and crowding to utility function. So for the method, we conducted a survey to connect child behavior data. In the survey, we considered 4 influencing factors: cost, travel time, in-vehicle crowding, and travel time reliability. 4 commonly used transport modes for commuting are considered in the scenario, including car, bus, metro, and park and ride. It should be noted that the target activity of this survey is commuting rather than entertainment or national trips. In the survey design, we ensured the orthogonality in scenario design. We used the DARIO principle referring to the engine software manual, and this method guarantees the utility balance among the operands. The right table shows the attributes that we used for scenario design. We used face-to-face interview to guarantee reliability because the online survey in China is not that reliable. We finally connected 3,386 effective questionnaires, in which there are 2,380 observations. The respondents cover wide demographic attributes, as can be seen in the right table. For the modeling, we proposed 5 different model specifications for modeling and estimation. The model 1 considers the effects of in-vehicle crowding as a moderate factor of perceived travel time and use linear function as shown in the below equations. The model 2 uses the same methods of model 1, but we use a nonlinear function. Model 3 regards the in-vehicle crowding as an independent variable in utility function. Model 4, we treat the in-vehicle crowding as a variable in the utility function and at the same time considers the interaction effects between travel time and in-vehicle crowding. Model 5 uses a similar modeling approach as Model 4, but considers the nonlinear effects of travel time on perceived in-vehicle crowding. The random parameter logic was used for capturing travelers' heterogeneities, and panel data process was also conducted to consider that a respondent actually made a sequence of scenarios rather than one scenario. An error-competent model is used to capture the possible correlations between transportation modes, such as metro and bus. The Python biology is utilized for estimation. Here are the results. In the results from Model 1, we can see the coefficient of moderation effects of in-vehicle crowding on travel time is negative and significant at the confidence level of 95%. It indicates that the weight of travel time grows with increasing in-vehicle crowding level. In the results of Model 2, the parameter lambda is positive and significant, which indicates that the marginal effects of in-vehicle crowding increase with the scale of crowding level. As for the results of Model 3, it can be seen that the Model 3 has better godliness of fits as compared to Model 2 and Model 1. So treated the in-vehicle crowding as an independent variable is showed to be better than treat it as a moderator of perceived travel time in neither linear or nonlinear ways. The result, the godliness of fits in Model 5 is superior to Model 4, and the Model 4 performs best among the 5 models. the estimated results in Model 5, the parameter alpha is positive and significant. That means that there are significant interactions between travel time and in-vehicle crowding. The parameter lambda is negative. That means the longer the travel time is, the more weight the crowding is attached. As you can see in the right figure, the negative impacts of in-vehicle crowding increase with the travel time. We further conducted sensitivity analysis to investigate how we can shift the car user to public transit. We firstly conducted a direct elasticity analysis to investigate how the service of a transport mode responds to changes in its own level service variables. The results are demonstrated in the right figure. So the results show that increases in cost and travel time from current level would remarkably reduce travelers' willingness to use car, and improving the reliability and crowding level of public transit do much favors to increase the attractiveness of public transit. Secondly, we conducted the cross-electricity analysis of attributes of metro, park and ride, and bus to car. This is to investigate how the improvements in level service variables of public transit can attract car users. So the results are summarized in the right figure. The results show that improvements in attributes of metro and park and rides are more efficient to attract car users shifting to public transit as compared to improving the service of bus. However, the cross-elasticities of all the investigated variables are less than 1. That means chronic car users have evident preference for car and are not sensitive to improvement of other modes, such as bus, metro, and park and ride. So here are the conclusions of this study. So we found a bidirectional interaction between travel time and crowding, and the influence of in-vehicle crowding increase with increasing travel time and vice versa. The relationship could be quantitatively measured by an interaction term with consideration of nonlinearity. Interaction with nonlinearity is the best way to depict the overall effects of in-vehicle crowding on modal choice behavior. From sensitivity analysis, shortening the travel time of public transit and park and ride are the most effective methods to shift car users in the context of Shanghai. Improvements in survey quality like travel time reliability and in-vehicle crowding play crucial roles in attracting car users. Thanks for your time.